Hi, this is Joe Bruzak from Cars.com. This 2014 Audi A6 has the base engine. That's a 220 horsepower turbocharged four-cylinder. But we were very curious to see if this 220 horsepower four-cylinder can handle the task of being in a luxury car that weighs 4,000 pounds. On paper, the turbocharged four-cylinder in the A6 doesn't compare that favorably compared to other turbocharged four-cylinders like the BMW 528 and the Cadillac CTS, which are more potent. This actually got a power boost for 2014. In 2013, it used to be 211 horsepower, and that just did not look good at all. But specifications aren't everything. And in the A6, the four-cylinder has perfectly adequate acceleration. You're not going to mistake it for a V6, and it's not going to be a performance car, but it's smooth, refined, and powerful where it needs to be. The 8-speed automatic transmission with this Quattro all-wheel drive is an excellent transmission. It handles the power very, very smartly. You're never waiting for it to downshift, and it always picks the right gear. And that combination of engine and transmission really sell the 2.0 four-cylinder as, you know, not being underpowered and not coming up short in acceleration. The A6's seating comfort pairs perfectly with its ride quality. You could drive this car all day. Even with the sport package, it doesn't ride too firm and it's still fun to drive, but it's kind of a casual performance package. It's not as dedicated to carving corners as something like the BMW 5 Series or even the new Cadillac CTS. There's a little bit of body motion, and this car was equipped with winter tires that just gave up way too easily when you started pushing the car into the corner. The front end would slide out and understeer, and it was just a little sloppy, but I attribute that mostly to the winter tires that are on this car instead of the all seasons that come standard. Where the four-cylinder isn't quite as impressive is the fuel economy gains compared to the V6. You're only going to see 1 mile per gallon difference in combined ratings for a four-cylinder all-wheel drive versus a V6 with all-wheel drive. But price is where it's at, and that's a $10,000 difference between four-cylinder all-wheel drive and a V6 with all-wheel drive. $45,000 with destination compared to $55,000 with destination. As equipped, our four-cylinder A6 costs $53,800. And let's break down what those costs are. It starts with the Premium Plus package. Now that's front and rear parking sensors, a backup camera, navigation, and a driver information system. We also have the Sport package on this one, and that includes 19-inch wheels, a sport suspension, and a new steering wheel. Individual options include the optional Bose stereo and a blind spot monitoring system. The sleek interior is helped by this retractable navigation screen. Now, it's very cool. You know, it's a nice gadget to show off, but when it's up, it doesn't look that well integrated with the rest of the interior. Seating comfort is great up front. I spent a lot of time in the car, and I didn't have any fatigue on longer drives, and I had the lower back support that I really like. The back seat, though, it's larger than the A4, but it's not the biggest back seat that you'll find in the class. While I had enough room, there wasn't a whole lot of room to spare, and overall it just felt a little narrow, a little cramped, but there is a lot more overall passenger volume compared to the A4. The A6's 14.1 cubic feet of cargo volume may not seem like a lot on paper, but like the engine, it's going to surprise you once you get into it. The trunk is very wide and deep, and it's very easy to put items in because it has a very low load height. There aren't too many intrusions or curves in the trunk. It's all very rectangular and easy to use. The A6's turbocharged four-cylinder does not take away any of the luxurious experience of the A6. Its ride quality is great, so is its interior, but it's not a sports sedan. So if you're looking for a sports sedan, you should definitely check out the supercharged V6 offering or even some of the more potent four-cylinders on the market. Hi, this is Joe Bruzak from cars.com. This 2014 Audi A6 has the base engine. That's a 220 horsepower turbocharged four-cylinder. But we were very curious to see if this 220 horsepower four-cylinder can handle the task of being in a luxury car that weighs 4,000 pounds. On paper, the turbocharged four-cylinder in the A6 doesn't compare that favorably compared to other turbocharged four-cylinders like the BMW 528 and the Cadillac CTS, which are more potent. This actually got a power boost for 2014. In 2013, it used to be 211 horsepower, and that just did not look good at all. But specifications aren't everything. And in the A6, the four-cylinder has perfectly adequate acceleration. You're not going to mistake it for a V6, and it's